Hey guys, welcome back to Film Feature 43. Today we're going to talk about free will. I know what you're thinking. Free will is kind of a heavy topic coming from a channel talking about Violet Beauregard winning Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory and the Mighty Ducks and the outline of the MCU and the Suicide Squad and things like that. But I actually want to talk about free will in kind of the realm of movies. So what got me thinking about free will in film was the movie Free Guy and how they handled the topic of free will compared to other movies similar plot-wise to Free Guy. If you haven't seen Free Guy or don't know anything about it, this video is going to have some spoilers. They're just minor ones, but I just want to let you guys know that if you are choosing to watch the movie eventually, we're going to talk about some plot points in here that are similar to other films, and we're going to talk about the main kind of moral of the movie. So, just be warned about that. But otherwise, Free Guy is a film starring Ryan Reynolds. If you like Ryan Reynolds, you're going to like this film. It's Ryan Reynolds' humor throughout. It's kind of in between Detective Pikachu and Deadpool, where it's not as crude as Deadpool, but it's not as kid-friendly as Detective Pikachu. It's a great ensemble cast with Taika Waititi and Joe Keery and Jodie Comer. They all kind of mesh well together to make a fun film. It's kind of like a Grand Theft Auto if Grand Theft Auto took elements from The Truman Show, The Matrix, and the Lego Movie. Free Guy is a film that stands on its own merit. It's not based off of anything, but as I'm watching it, those three films kept coming back to my mind as plot points would unfold in Free Guy, and I kind of want to talk about their similarities and how Free Guy kind of diverges away from them on the aspect of free will. So the first film I want to talk about is The Truman Show, which follows a kid who was unwanted and was raised by a film studio. They filmed him the whole way through his life, and they put it on TV, but he doesn't know that he's in a TV show until thoughts of running away to be with this girl keeps coming back over and over and over again. It was a girl that he met that he wasn't supposed to fall in love with because she was an extra and not the main girl that he should have fell in love with, which ends up being his wife. So he keeps fantasizing about running away to be with this girl. He slowly starts to find out that his world isn't what it seems. He's living in a TV show, so he tries to leave. He breaks through and starts having that free will. Everything isn't being decided for him, and the town turns against him and tries to stop him from leaving. He has to go on an adventure across the ocean to live out his dreams of having free will. The next movie that kind of has similarities is The Matrix, where Neo has this mundane life until, again, a woman snaps him out of it, shows him that there's something bigger out there, that the world that he lives in isn't what he really thinks, and he has to make a decision to either stay in his mundane life or go out and stop the machines and stop this reality from even existing. He finds out that there's one above all that probably doesn't have his best interests at heart. And finally, I mentioned, funnily enough, the Lego Movie that follows Emmett, who is a Lego, and he goes through the same routine day after day after day until he's snapped out of it by, you guessed it, a woman who shows him that his world isn't exactly what it seems, and he has to save his world from an impending doom, which is the Kraggle, which ends up being superglue that's gonna stop the creativity and stop him from being able to live the life that he knows in the world that he's grown up in. All three of these films have similar plot points, but they all kind of go in separate ways, where in The Matrix, he's trying to destroy the reality that he knew. In The Truman Show, he's trying to leave the reality that he knew. And Emmett is trying to save the reality that he knew. But there's always a chosen one, and they're always snapped out of it and kind of given that free will by a woman. So maybe that means that women are the key to free will. I'm not exactly sure what the filmmakers are trying to say in that regard, but Free Guy kind of follows similar plot points in the beginning of the film. Guy lives a mundane life. He doesn't realize that the world around him is fake. even though this crazy stuff happens day after day after day. He knows that this crazy stuff's happening day after day after day. Bank robberies and stores being broken into, and he works a job every day, but he never gets any more money. He's snapped out of it by the girl of his dreams, that he has to choose to continue to live his mundane life or save his world by being exceptional above everybody else and making his own decisions with free will. He goes on an adventure across the ocean to save his world from destruction. The difference is that's not the end of the story. Guy, we find out, isn't necessarily the chosen one. The people in the town don't turn against him. They help him. And we find out that they have artificial intelligence as well. Or, in this case, for our purposes, artificial intelligence standing in for the concept of free will. The coffee girl who makes nothing but black coffee every day learns and teaches herself how to make a cappuccino. The bombshell character that's only there for her good looks writes a memoir, and it's actually compelling, and it tells you about her wants and her hopes and her dreams and shows her free will. This film does focus mainly on a chosen one, but it also shows that everybody in general has free will.
Because it turns out Emmett had great ideas, and even though they seemed weird and kind of pointless, they actually came closer than anyone else to saving the universe. And now we have to finish what he started by making whatever weird thing pops into our heads.
And I think that's a good message for us to take as we live our day-to-day lives and we see nothing but political ads and advertisement and we're bombarded with what people want us to do. We need to remember that we have the ability to step out of our comfort zone and do the things that we want to do. We don't have to live in a rut. I think that's the main message behind this kind of goofy action comedy that Ryan Reynolds just happens to star in. I think the main message of the film is do what you want to do, live your dreams because you can do it. If you want to pick up a Guinness Book of World Records and find a record in there that you want to beat, do it. If you're around 32 years old and older and you want to be the first female president, go and do it. Do the things that you want to do because life is short and we don't have time to live in a rut. What makes Free Guy different than these other films was Guy wasn't just the chosen one. He wasn't the only one that stepped out of his comfort zone. All the other characters did as well, even the background characters. So, to me, that says that we can do the same thing. At least that's what I got from the film. I thought, like I said, it was a good film. If you're even thinking about going to watch it, I'd go and watch it. Maybe I dug a little bit deeper into it than what the filmmakers were actually intending, but that's what I got out of it, and I think it's a good message. I think it's one that we need to hear when we're in this world. It's a huge world, 7 billion people. It's good to know that you can do things that you want to do. So that's my video for today, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've seen Free Guy and you liked it, disliked it, thought it was dumb, thought it was great. You let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.